everybody, this is Mackie of My Transgender Date, the #1 dating platform for trans women. For today, I am going to do a reaction video of stories that we have gathered from trans people. So this is going to be really exciting, and I believe that this is about stories of dating. Let's get into it. We met online and talk almost every day. I'm loving this already. Would stay up super late like kids, laughing and sharing stories until the middle of the night. I remember I was chatting with this person, with this guy, and I almost fall asleep because I really like this guy. So I'm like, let's go ahead and chat. So I totally get it what this girl is talking about. I felt a connection, but I was scared. I hadn't told him I was trans yet. Girl, you are just completely wasting your time. Although I kind of have an experience also doing this, especially when you met someone online that is not specifically for trans women. It is so hard to know when to disclose, especially if you really like this person. So for 2 days, I kept a message saved in my phone's notes, rewriting it, deleting it, changing the words, starting over. See, this is what I am talking about. It is so difficult for trans women when to know to tell someone about your gender identity. And also, there's so many things that a trans woman goes through in this phase. You're scared of rejection, despite of the fact that we have been rejected so many times in our lives. You know it's temporary, and you also have a hinge that you might lose this person by the time that you disclose your gender identity. You cling into the idea that hopefully he has the knowledge or he has a hint and he's okay dating with a trans woman, or he's open to date trans women. When we finally planned to meet in person, I chose a cafe. It was kind of crowded that day, which made me even more nervous, but I knew I had to say it. This is so difficult. I personally would not meet someone in person if I have not disclosed my gender identity to them yet. It's not about not being honest. Everyone has their way of dealing with their personal emotions, and maybe it is easy for people to say, just say it. But for a trans woman, it is so freaking difficult when to say it and how to say it, especially if you are clinging into those happy moments that you have been chatting for days. When you are trying to disclose your gender identity, it feels like you are being dissected to know who you truly are. It's not about lying, it's the difficulty of letting them know. They were in the cafe. Just before we met, I sent the message. My hands were shaking. I kept thinking, what if this ruins everything? See, this is really what I am talking about. It's those mental gymnastics that you have to go through, questioning yourself, what if? What if I'm not good enough? What if he doesn't like me? What if actually there's something violent will happen? I don't know. What if I am going to lose that special moment that we had together chatting? I said, there is something I need to tell you. ... I'm trans. He replied instantly, I already knew. I am super killing. So this is exactly those moments where you just feel like you want more than just a lottery. Like, can you imagine when you met someone and you introduce yourself, or when you have a chance to chat, get to know on a very friendly level, you don't really disclose your gender identity right away. And by the time that you actually made a connection after the first meeting, let's say 2 to 3 days, and you kind of feel like, there is something here, but I really don't know if I should tell him right now because we're not really in that stage of are we dating or stuff like that. We're just being friendly. But maybe from your point of view, probably you can tell me in the comments section below, when do you think for you personally is the right time for a trans woman to disclose their gender identity? If someone approached me at the bar, I'm not going to tell them, hi, my name is Mackie, I'm a trans woman. Dude, That's just a turn off. What if that guy is actually just asking for time? What if that guy is asking about how's your night? What's the best place to go into the city? You know what I mean? At the back of their head, there could actually be somehow a flirting thing there, but you don't introduce to anyone you met for the first time and disclose your gender identity right away. This also could be for some security reasons for trans women who are actually living in a place where their lives are in danger. It's not a very welcoming place. It's like so much of a relief that you finally able to tell them who you are. It's not about hiding, it's not about lying, it's all about how and when. And that's very, very difficult for most of us trans women. So going back to her story, he replied instantly, I already knew, girl. I swear, I almost cried. Like, I would probably, I'd totally be speechless. Okay, when he walked into that cafe, he smiled. Oh, I'm super killing right now. At me like nothing had changed. Seriously, dude, I'm just super happy reading this. Thank you, team, for letting me react into this. He was kind, gentle. He held my hand in public. I don't know for the younger generations right now if you still have this fear or achievement, I would say, when a man hold your hands in public. The feeling of security and his willing to defend you. Or something like he's proud of having you as a person. We didn't last the distance on. Really? Like, you just cut it off. Like, it was really a good moment. Okay, anyway, this is just how a story goes. There's always a beginning and there's always an end. Made things hard, but that moment, that day, I'll never forget it. For once, I didn't have to explain myself. I felt normal, and that meant everything. This is so true. Do you know that there are also stories of trans women, and I also have personally experienced this, where I disclose, I kind of have a hint that they're into me, and they probably didn't know that I am trans, so I have to be very honest because I was like into him also. So I was just trying to be clear. That's just how my personality is. When I knew that this guy is hitting on me and I kind of like him, then yes, let's disclose our gender identity. So there was one time where I met this guy at a bar, and so we went to a quiet place, but still in the bar, just, you know, not so loud. So we talk, and by the time that he was like, oh, do you want to grab some drink and stuff like that, I kind of already knew that he doesn't know that I am trans. So I was like, hey, before we do that, I really like you. I think we're vibing, but you have to know that I'm actually a trans woman. And he was like, what? He wasn't violent at all. He was very nice. He was very gentle. But the thing is, he was asking more questions because apparently he knows what a trans woman, but he got super curious about lives of trans women and then asked why there's so many trans women in the Philippines or in Asia and stuff like that. It turns out that I actually have to explain myself what a trans woman is. He didn't really get the whole idea of it. It kind of actually became a seminar of what Soji is. Moments like this are kind of crazy. Another examples of explaining yourself is when they really like you, but they just don't really know if they want to push through with that. And so you have to explain them to the point that they actually ask you if it's gay, if they are attracted. And by the time that you tell them about your gender identity, they immediately say, so have you already done the full operation and stuff like that? This is getting really uncomfortable. So my tactic is always, when I like them, then I am ready to take the road of feeling uncomfortable in case they don't have any idea of what a trans woman is, and I might have to tell them. But also I set boundaries where I have to waste my time and don't waste their time. And if I do like them, that's a time where I take chances and take full responsibility where, okay, let me go ahead and explain this. But if I don't like them, I just don't disclose it and just walk away and just politely say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Thank God I don't have to do that now. So anyhow, this is really a beautiful story. It reminds me of all those dating experience that I had. What do you think? Do you also have stories like this? I want to hear all my trans sisters out there sharing your dating experience when it comes to disclosing, how to disclose it. Like, girl, they have no idea. No one. Not a single idea how difficult it is. Anyway, that's the reaction video for today. Thank you very much. This is Mackie, and please don't forget, #LoveKnowsNoGender. See you in my next video.